Neville Goddard, Power of Awareness, Chapter 12, Subjective Control. I like where I think this is going. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and concentration of your attention. Attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. The very lines of this page are attracting your attention from without. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by but is constantly directed to external impressions. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent, for in this state, attention is usually the servant and not the master, the passenger and not the navigator of your world. There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively. And the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. We were just talking about this in the end of my last video. From without or from within, right? When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. All right, let's check a look at that. I am all that is God right here. You and your self-conscious concept, self-concept right there. Same self-conscious, same thing. Your self-concept. Here's the world and all the things in it. Very, very powerful information here, and I want to help clarify from Neville's perspective. I know I was going off a little bit in the last video on this point, but he's also combing it so a few tangles out. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. Your attention is what we're talking about here. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend on the control and concentration of your attention. All progress depends on the control and concentration of your attention. Attention may be either attracted from without, someone else, putting this out there in advertising or putting that out in the subconscious network. That there's no difference. There's no difference if it's a billboard or it's subconscious. No difference. Attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. That's you. Your subconscious is the platform that's sought by the advertiser who wants that attention, or you're giving it focal point. You're giving it the reason it exists is by your direction. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that car go by. Oh my, there's a lot of things to put in that position, but we won't get boring with it. The very lines of this page are attracting your attention from without. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. Who with objective, purposeful intent is looking at this platform where you're watching this video and choosing what they will watch versus all those things that come up, and they suggest there's some kind of magical math machine at work, supposedly, that says, oh, since you watched this, your attention was there. We've got this, and this that we think you're going to like because all these other people who are watching this watch this one, and a bunch watch that one, so on and so forth. Attention is what we're talking about here. Are you going to the machine and putting in the objective of your desire, what it is you're trying to become, and learning about that? Or are you letting the machine tell you what you should watch? If it's from without, the machine, if it's from without, it's got you. What do they say in The Matrix? In the movie The Matrix, when he's in the car and he's about to get out and say, hey, I don't want to hang out with you guys. And they're like, the Matrix has you, Neo, right? The matrix has you. So if you're letting it dictate what you are going to look at next versus you going there for an answer, because that answer is going to help you make the impression into your subconscious and help you become objectified reality of what you want to. You're single, you're not married, you're not in love, but you want to be, and you're constantly trying to make that impression. Well, if you go look up a video that says what to say when a guy asks you out, and that doesn't offend him, or some video along these lines, then you've typed into the search and you got the video you want to see, because you're trying to be part of this coming together. You're not trying to oppose it. You're not trying to find out why guys are idiots, why they say the wrong thing, or look at all the videos that are recommended after your good video that you want to see to help you along this path. Then there's all these videos that say, oh, why guys are stupid, or why they don't know how to talk to ladies, or whatever it might be, in opposition to what you were after. These oppositional, without in the world ideas are not the ones you need to focus on. You need to focus on the one that gets you to your objective. So if you're watching your source of education to help you get to your objective, you're on the correct path in your within, on your objective. If you're getting distracted by the dangling keys, those shiny objects, then you're paying attention to other people's ideas that are not your own. So you ignore this. You want to go and type in the next video you want to see, or if you like that channel, you watch more of that channel, because they're on the right path that are going to help you get to your objective and become and experience that which you desire. You're making a conscious choice which direction to put your attention. You're doing that. No one's doing that to you. No one's ever done it to you. This is the magic, I think, in the world, that it's easy to overlook, that it's never been someone doing it to you. That's why you can never say you're a victim. You're creating your own reality. Your imagination creates reality. The world can't make a victim out of you. It can only offer objects in place of what you are not doing, using your attention wisely and focusing on what you want to have as a subconscious impression, upgrading your life. If you are not doing that, there's plenty on offer. It's not making a victim of you. It can't overwhelm your attention. The outside world cannot. It's never had the power to take your attention. Never. It only offers it. If you pay very careful attention to what you're doing, just close your eyes and go into your I am. Put your blanket over your head. Going back into the birth canal within yourself here, and realize it's always been your creation. Nothing outside can come into you unless you give it your focus and attention. Then you impress your subconscious. Then you make that reality. But the objective came from without. The objective came from without, and it made a subjective impression into your consciousness. You're the one who looked that direction. You did. There's a lot of responsibility here. I'm not throwing this out there to try and make this easy on you. I'm trying to make it, it's not hard or easy. It's more like, I know it's heavily responsible. There's a lot of responsibility in this you create your own reality concept. But it's something that is not commonly shared in a family, for instance. Your parents didn't know it. They did the best they knew how. Your clergy didn't know it. They're doing the best they know how. Your friends don't know it. They're doing their best too. So we're just offering another idea at this idea of how to create a better life. It's a very, very fascinating one. It's very, very doable. Neville gave us some great instruction. And he took the greatest books, 66 books called the Bible, and really gave us a way to how to interpret that instruction manual. It is an instruction manual. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. It's directed from within. It's directed from within. Here's within. From there. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by what It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but is constantly directed to external impressions. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent. But For in this state, attention is usually the servant and not the master, the passenger and not the navigator of your world. There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively. And the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. Directed subjectively. Subjectively. When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. Remember, no one else is doing it for you. No one else is going to do it for you. They're not coming. The perfect knight on a white horse is not galloping up to pick you up. You're doing that. You're creating that. But this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. Out there. Each day, set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and of focusing it subjectively. How do you do that? How do you do that? Deep breath. I am. Breathe in, I am. Let go of the senses. Breathe in, I am. Let go of the senses. Okay. You have literally withdrew your attention in doing that exercise 3 times. 3 times. You withdrew your attention from the objective world and you began to focus it subjectively. In other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determined after you go in your closet and shut the door. You've closed off. You've now shut off the senses. Now you're in I am. I am. I am. Now, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. Then those things that now restrict you will fade and drop away. Those limitations they'll just leave. It's like something that dilutes into the big pool or the pond or the lake, whatever, just goes away. It floats away. The day you achieve control of the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you are master of your fate. There couldn't be a more powerful sentence. The day you achieve control of the movements of your attention in the subjective world, right here, you are master of your fate. Could it be more powerful? You will no longer accept the dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. Out here is not the answer. In here is the only place where all of it comes from. Having achieved control of the movements of your attention and having discovered the mystery hid from the ages, that Christ in you is your imagination, you will assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. You will take charge. You will become that I become. I am that I am. You will become that I become. That's my phrase. You will become any I am. Any I am. I am happily married. I am happily in love. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Any of them. Any I am is your new becoming when you will no longer accept the dominance of the outside conditions or circumstances. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. You've achieved control of your attention. Attention, keep it simple. Just ask yourself 3, 5, 10, 20, 100 times a day, what am I paying attention to right now? Put an alarm on your Casio watch from 1983. Beep, 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 beep. And ask yourself when it goes off every 15 minutes, what am I paying attention to right now? Very highly productive people do this kind of thing. very highly successful people do this kind of thing because they know that the currency is attention. The people that dabble with this kind of activity, what am I paying attention to right now? Where's my attention right this minute? Every 15 minutes. That's extreme. If you could do it 3 times a day, that'd be nice. 8, 12, and 4 o'clock. Then bump it up. 8, 12, 4, and 8. 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. What am I paying attention? Where's my attention? The most valuable thing I have. Where am I putting it right now? Am I putting it on the impression of my subconscious? And if I'm not, because my watch just went off again, I need to put it on. All men are loving, caring, nurturing. All my organs are wonderfully healthy. All my debts are at 0, and I only invest my time, thoughts, and money on things. Every 15 minutes, what are you putting your attention on? I like 15 minutes. I mean, I cannot say I've done it every 15 minutes, but it is a heck of a question when you can at least pop it into your mind and say, what am I paying attention to? Because what I'm paying attention to is what put me right where I am. What you're paying attention to is the matrix has you. Okay? All right. Wow. Subjective control. Chapter 12, the power of awareness. Take a deep breath after that one. That was a good one. Not even one full page, man. That was a good one. All right. We'll see you in the next chapter.